Here with the truth. You're here with truth today. We got some truths to tell you today. We go ahead, sanctify the air, purify the room. Pray that the ancestors is with us. The creators are with us to relay this message upon the people. And, we want to convey this message, and that this message does not fall upon deaf ears, that the blind can see and that the deaf can hear, and that the dumb become intelligent. So I want to open this message up, as you will see now and in the future. I will open this message up with some type of word, right? May it be from the Torah, may it be from the Holy Bible, may it be from the Holy Quran, may it be from the Book of Enoch, may it be from wherever it is from. The spiritual, African spirituality. May it be wherever it be from. May the word get conveyed and be received. So today, I just happened to flip open up the Quran, a random page, in which I had some things highlighted. And if you know me, you know that I believe everything happens on time and for a reason. So I believe that this message is happening on time and for a reason. O ye who believe, wine and the game of chance, and idols and divine arrows are only an abomination of Satan's handiwork. So shun each one of them that you may prosper. Satan seeks only to create enmity and hatred among you by the means of wine and the game of chance, and to keep you back from the remembrance of Allah and from prayer. Then will you keep back? And obey Allah and obey the messenger and be on your guard. But if you turn away, then know that on your messenger lies only the clear conveyance of the message. On those who believe and do good works, there shall be no sin for what they eat, provided they fear Allah and believe and do good works. And again, fear Allah and believe. Yet again, fear Allah and do good. And Allah loves those who do good. So I have a message of my own, right? A message that I received. And that is to restore this nation. This nation is suffering. We are in a state of emergency, is what I will call it. And I know a lot of you like to believe that you should be led by some type of leader in office, in government, right? And in the Holy Scriptures, there's governments, right, that are appointed. What you need to ask yourself is the origin of this government, this American government. What is the origin of this government? Starting from the first president. I believe in my past episodes, I've already explained to you guys how many of these so-called leaders, all right, in this government were slave owners. So the question you have to ask yourself, will you continue to be governed by these people? See, my problem is these Negro idol worshippers. Oh, Trump. Oh, Jay-Z. Oh, Cardi B. Oh, Beyonce. Oh, Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, this person and that person, and the list goes on. You idol worshippers. I don't think any of these people have created you. I don't think any of these people have put anything on your plate. Right? If anything, they take from your plate because you spend your last to go see them. So that's the number one problem is the idolatry in this country amongst my people. You put way too much emotions into people, right? See, I put the emotions into the betterment of my people, the uplifting of my community. And sometimes I might misstep. Sometimes I might say, free these people because I want to see my people out of bondage. But then when my people get freed, they exhibit the same type of ignorance and nefarious activity that they did when everybody was saying free them. So maybe I do make a misstep there. Because we have to rehabilitate and restore our people before we can talk about freeing them. Doesn't matter how much money they have. But the idolatry of these people who destroy your communities or do not uplift your communities. Like I said, a toy drive is not uplifting my community once a year. Right? Consistent resources in a rehabilitation and restoration of my community is rebuilding my community. So, Donald Trump. Right, we're going to get into that. Before we get into that, I have to tell you a story and why I'm even being led here today. And I believe that you all should have some type of vote and voice in this government until we can figure something else out. Don't get me wrong. And I've had this conversation with God because I've been one of those people who was like, man, F them people. I'm not voting for them people. They can kiss my ass because they haven't done nothing for my people. And they won't do nothing for my people. But one thing I will say is that we cannot be led astray. Right? Led to the slaughterhouse because we are dumb, deaf, and blind. So, let me take a little piece of these pomegranates left by the Most High that you have to pay for. I don't remember God saying you got to pay for them pomegranates. But the government says so. Anywho, back to the message. So, like I said, I've been led. I've been going flip-flopping back and forth. What am I going to do? Am I going to vote? Am I not going to vote? Definitely wasn't voting for Biden. Definitely wasn't voting for Trump. I vote for Kamala. I said she not black, but how's she not black? Because she mixed. We're running that narrative now? Is that the narrative? Let me know if that's the narrative we're running. If you're mixed, you're not black. So then stop begging mixed people to be black. Because y'all be like, mixed people are not black. And then you guys beg them to be black. Certain ones. You pick and choose. Right? Are you guys going to say J. Cole's not black tomorrow? Did you guys say Malcolm X wasn't black? Did you guys say Bob Marley wasn't black? Stop picking and choosing. It's really frustrating for me that you guys pick and choose who you want to be black. Right? And I understand. You have to understand you lead to the identity crisis of the people who are mixed. Because they're like, I don't fit in here and I don't fit in there. For me, if you black, you identify as black, you look black. Honestly, you don't before you identify, you have to look. Right? Before the identity comes the look. So if you look black, I'm going to identify you as a Aboriginal black person. And then you can say, yes, I'm black and I'm mixed with A, B, C to Z. Don't give a damn. All right? If you got a black parent, you're black to me. Not only are you black to me, scientifically you're black. Because I like to get to the science of things. And we'll talk about that in the next episodes when we talk about genetics. Because we are going to talk about the difference in genetic makeup. Because you guys think we're all the same. No, we're not. So, getting to the they not like us's of the world yesterday and getting to my conclusion, because I've been asking, like I said, I've been asking God, what do I do? What do I do tomorrow? What do I do today? I want to vote for you. Because you're the only one that can restore the chaos amongst your many messengers in the world. But in order to restore the chaos, we have to have some type of control on the situation. Right? That's the message that I think was delivered. To restore, you have to have some type of control. Or not even control, you have to have some type of stability so that you could get control. Trump doesn't offer that. Right? That's number one. Number two is, I'm in the store yesterday, and this lady, right? I'm in the store doing my shopping, whatever, and I get in line. This is a store where it's one line, right? When you get in line, I've only been in the store twice, actually. So I'm under the impression from the first time that this store has a one-line system. From that one line, they will call you to the front so that you can check out. So I get into that system, right? There's a basket there. Not a basket. It's like a cart. So there's a cart there. And the difference is it's like a cart, like a moving cart type of situation, right? For bigger items, bulk items. So I can give you a description, right? It's sitting there. Some black ladies walked off. So I'm like, I think that's their cart. They all the way down the aisle. So I'm like, okay, the line's moving. I'm going to move my basket in front of their cart. If they come back, they can take their place. I'm not tripping. It's not that important. It's not that serious to me, right? You guys make things more serious than they have to be. So, moving my cart over. There's some European people behind me. Then I believe behind them was another lady. So I move my cart, wiggle my cart over. The European people behind me start to wiggle their cart over. And then they stopped because there wasn't enough room. I believe what happened then was the lady behind them must have moved her cart out of the aisle, right? So she's standing up against the aisle. She's really trying to just figure out what's going on here. How is this line system working? Because I assume it was her first time in the store. So she's like, do I just hop in a line? Because there's two lines going. Or is it one line? She's trying to figure it out, right? So the black ladies pull back up. They pull their cart into the next aisle. Boom. As soon as they do that, now the lady's under the impression, oh, well, it's a line system. Not one line system, but a multi-line system. So she moves her cart into the aisle that the black Aboriginal woman went into, right? So I'm still in the line, just like, whatever. I'm going to just wait in this line. So the European people behind me, the lady, she says, we're just gonna cut to the front, just like they do at the border. Just cut to the front and just make our way on over, right? But I don't think it wasn't registering to me what she was even talking about, right? I assumed that she was saying we are all going to just get in a line, including herself, including myself, including everybody. We're just going to get into a line because the line is short today, and that's that. It wasn't until I looked over to my left and seen, the lady that got in line, maybe she's Mexican. And the lady, all while I'm processing this information, the Hispanic lady, right? She turns over and says, She doesn't really say, so I don't think that she's may have spoke good English. So she doesn't really say anything. She kind of gestures like, "Are you guys gonna get in line?" Right? And the European caucus white lady says, "I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have anything." Right? So at this point, I realized, oh, the previous statement you made was racially influenced. So I'm sitting in this, now I'm sitting in this line, and all these thoughts are going on through my mind. One, you assume that this lady, because I didn't know she was Mexican or Hispanic, she could be anything. Just because she maybe looks Hispanic, maybe is not speaking English, does not mean that she's Mexican. It also does not mean that she crossed the border to get here. Let's be clear. If she did, last time that I checked, Nipsey Hussle, last time that I checked, you probably came here via Ellis Island. You probably came here as a migrant immigrant your damn self. So the audacity of you to call anybody an immigrant. For all I know, either your people were colonizers or they was poor as shit. So before you Europeans open your fucking mouths to talk about anybody that's an immigrant or migrating, remember your origin story in this country. Unless you were a native Neanderthal. And you can watch my indigenous story to track that back. But you have the audacity with your nefarious ways to call anybody an immigrant and to imply that anybody hopped a border illegally and they're just cutting in line because the line was that serious to you. You fucking Karen. You sound like a Karen. You're going to throw a temper tantrum because somebody cut the line? You're going to freaking spew racial slurs because somebody got in a line who clearly didn't know that there was a line system. So I'm sitting in this line and I'm like low-key pissed. And I'm going in my head like, do I say something? Or do I not say nothing? And I'm like, and the whole time I'm thinking, I'm just happy that she wasn't black. That she wasn't saying something to a black person. Because I would not have been able to not say nothing. But I'm still so frustrated that she would say something so ignorant when Mexico is part of the Americas. South America is part of the Americas. Canada, and so on and so forth. So what borders is you talking about? The invisible borders that your people put up? Damn colonizer? We not forget the origin story of how your ass got here? Go talk about somebody else. So I'm in line, I'm pissed. And I'm just thinking the whole time, like, I'm mad at myself that I did not say nothing. But at the same time, I'm also being proactive because if I did say something, what is this Karen gonna do? What is this Karen capable of? All right? And I'm just upset, like. So, anyways, and I'm thinking like the next lady that's checking me out, she's Hispanic. She looked like she would have dragged that lady up and down the damn aisle, which I felt like doing, dragging her ass up and down, her and her husband.
That's the fucking Karen right there. Fucking Karen.
When we talking about throwing them hands, I'm going to drop you and your man. That's why y'all came over here with what you came over here with to conquer a people. Because you knew if it came to a physical challenge, there's no way. There's no way. So, anywho, because I want to carry on. I don't want to spend too much time on that. I get outside, packing my car up. The lady walks out. My camera's busted up, so I take a little video of her, so that when I tell the story, you guys can get a visual. I don't know how clear the visual will be. So she so happens now that she's unpacked her car, walks past my car. And in my head, I'm just thinking this. I'm my head. I'm just going in, right? You walk. So I'm thinking like, well, what do you think? If you think that about her, what you think about me? Because y'all used to talk about us like dog crap too. So she puts her card up. She looks at my car. She's like, oh, and I'm not gonna expose what type of car I have here, but oh, you have a such and such and such. Oh my gosh, this is so nice. Oh my gosh, right? And I'm thinking in my head, yeah, I got it from all the cotton my ancestors picked. And I didn't have to cross no borders and jump no lines and fences, as you was saying, to get it. My ancestors happen to be aboriginals. Where'd you come from? Right? So I'm like, yeah, she says whatever, so, whatever. Right? And the whole time I'm just like, God must be putting a block on my throat chakra so I don't go in on this lady like I want to. Because I don't want to cause a scene in this place. Because I already know what she's gonna talk all that that she was just talking, and then when I say something, she's gonna become the victim. Oh my gosh, why are you talking to me like that? Because I can. Yeah. I don't know what y'all thought this was. So the two messages being delivered here today are: stop playing with us. We're not playing with y'all. A lot of us trying to coexist. Some of us is not trying to coexist. Right? Some of us is over all of that. And I can see some of y'all are getting nicer, which is cool. I don't know if you came from the poor people. My thing is, if you came across from Ellis Island as a poor immigrant, then your ass got a lot of damn nerves coming to America, getting rich and thinking that you somebody, or not even rich. Some of y'all be poor in races. How you poor in races? You had everything stacked in your favor, right? You have the complexion for protection and the privilege, and your ass sitting here next to us doing the same things we doing. Then got the nerve to look down on somebody. Are you stupid? This lady got a business. What you got? Besides all that shit you talking, or living off of your parents, right? That nepotism. That's cool. That's cool, but don't be mad when we do it. Shout out to LeBron James. Anywho, so that's my first message. We are not playing with y'all. Stop playing with us. We're not playing with y'all. Those of my people who keep playing with each other and not our real issue here, I have a problem with you. You spending all that energy in the hoods against your own people. You are practicing colonization. You are practicing the programming of colonization. You are a slave. That's what that is. And I'm tired of sugarcoating it for people. You're a slave. This was the plan. Instead of getting our hands dirty, is what the colonizer said, let them just do it themselves. Throw them out there, give them some stuff, and let them take each other out. And look at you. You done said, forget the people who have oppressed me and put me in these climates. And you said, like Nif said, I'm going to attack the person that looks like me. And I'm going to walk past the person who oppressed me.
I'm hip to the oppressor's game. And then the other dude was like, nah, man, you You took it and you using it against your own people, using the same game that they use on you against your own people. That's so real. You know what I'm saying?
That's what gangbanging.
That's what gangbanging is. As a gangbanger, right? When you go on a mission, you might, when you're looking for your so-called enemy, you driving through a different hood down the street. You know, it's an invisible line. You cross this street, now you in another hood, and you hunt. And when you looking, you gonna pass up the dude that's dressed square, right? You gonna pass up a dude from a different race. When you see somebody that's dressed like you dress, and got the walk like you got, and got the body language like you gonna say, there you go, get him. And that's deep. Cool. You know what I'm saying? When you really unpack that,
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You looking for yourself just on the other side of town, and you gonna hop out and attack him and try to down him in a real way. And being caught up in gangbanging culture, you don't think that deep. You just think of, these niggas came through and shot the hood up. We about to go back through there and return the favor.
It's a part of the American economy, the black market of guns, drugs, the prison pipeline, the prison industry. And all of these kids is flagging on the gram and acting like it's cool. You're promoting something that is literally traded on Wall Street at the hands of death for black and brown kids.
It makes sense. Two, to my Latinos, Hispanics, Indians, whoever, to my colored people across the nation, or world, wherever. Even though I know a lot of you guys have a lot of European DNA, you are still colored, right? When we talk about the black, the parent, the genealogy, you're colored. You can walk around here with your indoctrinated minds and programmed minds and thinking that you're a European and you're better. Like some Mexicans think that they're better than some Mexicans. Some people in South America think that they're better than others. And you guys act like you guys don't practice colorism, and you very much do. So you guys need to stop playing with that and wake up and reprogram yourselves and understand that that's what you're doing. Right? Practicing colorism. My message to you all is, because it's been some people who, I'm gonna be honest with you, some cultures of people that I've known and I've been friends with, and I can tell that they're prejudiced. They come from prejudiced backgrounds, straight up. And when I look at them, I feel like they represent you as a whole, right? I don't want nobody to represent me as a whole. So I'm trying to give you guys the freedom or the opportunity to expand your palettes, right? Diversify your palettes. And what I mean by that is, like I said, I've had some friends who were of different ethnic backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, and I can tell that they come from, by the way that they speak, that one, they like to appropriate. Everybody likes to appropriate black people, blackness, this culture, this American black culture. But deep down, but within, right? Eternally, I can see right through you. And some people have exposed themselves in their countries. And when you study these countries, you know that, some of these countries practice X, Y, and Z. So what I want to do is I want to give you guys the opportunity to let me know. Because what happened to that lady shouldn't happen to nobody. When I seen what happened to that lady, I came home and thought, that could have been my mom, grandma, auntie. That's somebody's mom, grandma, auntie, sister. And like I said, she may not have known English, but I very much well did. The thing about comfortability, though, is if I say something, or reciprocity, if I say something to this caucus lady, right, who very well is going to pull a highly targeted Karen moment against me. Am I going to reciprocate the support from this community that I would from my own? Meaning, this lady is of Hispanic descent. If I turn my black ass around and say, bop, 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 everything that I just said, you came from Ellis Island, you crossed over from the Neanderthal threshold, you have the audacity to talk about anybody being an immigrant when you're an immigrant. Your origin story is that you guys came through immigration, unless you're a Neanderthal. What type of backlash am I going to receive? Am I going to receive the support from my Hispanic community for sticking up for their elders? Because I have to feel like I didn't do this in vain. I have no problem. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to unity, all colored unity. When I turn around and light that ass up, that y'all gonna say, thank you, sis. Or, I don't need a thank you. Are you gonna turn around and if it happens to my people, give me the same? Because it's been a one-sided story. To be honest with you, it's a few, it's a few that help us out. But every time something's going on in the world, who's the first to be like, that's wrong, that's wrong? Black people all over. So I always see people post. When it comes to things like Congo, Sudan, Ethiopia, Burkina Faso, America, I don't see that unity. I don't see y'all saying nothing. Y'all say, I'm going to still get my Tesla. F them is what I hear. F them is what I hear when you don't speak up. All right, it's already enough of my people not speaking up. But my point is, if I'm going to have your back, you got to have my back. So if you would have wanted me to say something to that lady, let me know. Because I have no problem next time sticking up for my people, colored people. No matter how much European DNA you have. All right? But if you're gonna be committed to the Europeanism, let me know as well. Because if you're gonna be committed to the Europeanism, I don't have nothing for you. There's nothing I can offer in that situation. That's a couple things that I want to get off my chest. Now, next point, which I kind of already addressed. The comfortability level of disrespect is crazy. I've come to the realization of what I believe is eternally and externally, Black people are becoming more divided than ever. When we talk about Cain and Abel, we are becoming Cain and Abel to one another. Now are we becoming, but we've been, right? But right now it's a great division against the men and the women. You guys are becoming a Middle Eastern culture where you disrespect your women. And I could pull up many scriptures in the Bible where it speaks of not disrespecting women. As a man, how are you disrespecting a woman? That's Europeanism. And we'll get into that, how that's Europeanism, where you learn that from. Because you're not a people who disrespect your women. You Middle East people, unless you're Europeans, which I haven't really gotten to your origin story, you're disrespecting your women. Middle East. Well, the Middle East of what, first of all? You disrespect your women. That's your culture. Right? The problem seems to me to be a common denominator. And it seems to be men. Honest with you. So when it comes to people like Kamala, right? You can have a female leader because we need change. Oh, baby, we need some change. Because the men have not been able to do it. Because the men operate off of the ego. The women operate off of wisdom. This is also documented in your holy scriptures. Even though I know in the holy scriptures they are not putting women in leadership until you get to African spirituality. Anywho, or ancient Africa, when you see women kings. So, and probably your ancient American tribes as well. So my suggestion here is stop disrespecting each other on the internet. Every time I get on the internet, it's a reflection. You are a direct reflection of your own trauma. That's what you need to understand. Every time I get on the internet and I see you guys disrespecting women or disrespecting anyone, it's a direct reflection of your trauma or your own self-hate or your own misery, your depression, right? You find joy on going on the internet and being negative. Because when I get on the internet, it's filled of negativity. And what I do is I go click on your profiles because I want to see, are you a bot? What is this? Oh, no, this is a miserable person. The bots and the psychological warfare has turned you guys into a miserable people. And you comment from a place of misery every single time. And sometimes I interact with you guys, and then you guys start to get miserable and agitated. And then I strike a nerve by asking you a question. And then you guys disappear. Like you poof in the thin air. What happened? You were just going back and forth with everyone. You was even going back and forth with me until I asked you a very important question that made you self-reflect. What I need you to do is self-reflect on your misery. If you're one of those people who get on the internet and you just have something negative to say all the time, reflect on your misery because you're miserable. If the only thing you have to say to people is trolling, and you think that trolling is this, like you guys have normalized trolling, like I'm just trolling. You're just being miserable. You couldn't troll anything positive? No, because trolling is a state of negativity in which you live. And prove to me otherwise, because a happy person don't troll. So, trolling the presidency. She's not black. How is she not black? Now, you don't have to agree with politics because I don't agree with, the government at all. But the lady is very much black. Regardless if she wanted to be black or not, she's still black. Her policies in the past have given black. It's given black. I know that you guys want to say that it hasn't given black, but it has. Like not going for convictions of marijuana offenses when other people were. Yeah, you're going to get locked up. Why? Because the police are locking you up. She's not going in she didn't go and make no arrest on you. She didn't go and say, hey, put your hands behind your back. You're getting arrested. No. She gets to choose now if she's going to go for a conviction. In which, for those cases, she was not. We'll do the research. And I'm not saying I'm, rah-rah. I'm saying that you guys have created narratives that are not true. They're not. When we talk about the truancy, going to jail for truancy, is that extreme? That's tough on crime, right? Yes, but why aren't your kids in school? If you have a reasonable excuse, then hey, like we're poor, now we have to work on poverty, right? But if your kids are just not going to school because you don't care, it don't matter to you, then that's why we have the problems that we have in the street. Or because you're out smoking dope, you're out bending over at the strip club or on the streets, Figueroa to Hope to Baseline. Is that why your kid's not in school? You got to think about the cause and effect, right, of your own actions as well. Like having kids and not being prepared to have kids. Financially prepared, mentally prepared, and prepared, emotionally prepared, right? You guys praise Planned Parenthood, and that was founded by a eugenist, Margaret Sanger. And you guys are praising that instead of being intentional with your body, your temple. And we're not talking about the cases of people getting essayed. We're not talking about that. We're talking about your own unintentionality of doing just whatever. Because you're following Amber Rose, My Body, My Choice, up there with Donald Trump. Wow. Then we go to the HBCU, right? And don't think I'm not advocating for this person because I don't know this person, right? I have a relationship with the Most High. That's it. I don't know these people, so I can't advocate for them. I can only say what I see. Talk about the HBCU. Anybody can go to an HBCU. Did you go to an HBCU? That's what I want to know. Did you go to an HBCU? Y'all that are saying anybody can go to an HBCU. Did you? Probably not. But you know who did? Kamala Harris. You know who did? I did. I can speak on this matter. Yes, at my HBCU was some Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, but hey, you're black. Oh my gosh, Dominican, Puerto Rican, black, yeah. Oh, mestizo, right? Yeah, yeah. Then you have, I believe we have maybe one white person. I don't think we had anybody else besides that one white person. And you know what? She wanted to be there. Plain and simple. My coach was Filipino. He wanted to be there. But the student that was there the teachers that were there wanted to teach black kids. They seek those positions. You have to be, when you're black and you go to, like, you don't think we could have went anywhere else? I don't think HBCU is like, unless it's your first choice, it's your first choice. And if it's your first choice, they're saying, hold on, I don't think it will be your only choice. Right? I don't think that will be your only acceptance. I only can get into this HBCU. No, that's not how that works. We're seeking those establishments. I happen to play basketball, so it seeked me. But for most others, they seeked it. And did I seek it as well? Yes, because I did not have to go, but I absolutely wanted to be around my people. Because I just came from Utah, where a man came up to me and said, "You've been in the sun too long." But you guys glorify those people like Donald Trump. You're not asking him, what college did you go to? You don't even care if he went to college. Don't storm the Capitol. But if your black ass stormed the Capitol, where do you think you'd be? Under the jail, in hell. Because they would have fired on your ass. You don't have the complexion for protection. But yet you over here, Trump 2024, sounding like Massa. Massa, come and get me. You're walking right into the slaughterhouse, looking like a fool. You want to ask me about, then you guys want to talk about all these wars. Wars were in the biblical text, holy text. Do I have to agree with things that are going on? No. But I also am not behind the logistics of how this is what is happening here. You want to be in control of those positions, why don't you go seek those positions? But you're not. Instead, a lot of you guys are seeking to be rappers and dealers and fornicators and adulterers and prostitutes. You're not seeking to be higher at a higher intellectual level. You're not seeking higher education. You're seeking programming and indoctrination. And when I say higher education, I mean the independent, the type of education that I do. Oh, you said that? You question everything, and then you go do your research. Oh, Donald Trump said she did that. Let me go research this. Oh, he was lying his ass off. Oh, she said he did this. Okay. She said he did that. That's kind of half the truth. Y'all don't do that. Y'all just take everything that everybody says, and if you know the freaking AI, the freaking Google, everything messed up. Go get a book. Go subscribe. You're gonna start having to subscribe to newspapers again, right? So, white men. When it comes to white men, let's understand this about white men. They have a complex for aggression, which is called the chrono complex, which is which was crossed over through the Neanderthal threshold when they amalgamated. Right? The European Caucasus people, they like to separate themselves. So you're telling me your origin story is of multiple different people? I don't see that. Now, once you guys crossed over, you guys became different tribes like we all did? Yes. But that complex, that Chronos Big C complex, is somewhere inherently suppressed within the majority of your Europeans. That lady yesterday, prime example. Donald Trump, prime example. You think he cares about you? The man is golfing. Why are you golfing? You don't have better things to do? Like run a country? No, you want to be a civilian. So be a civilian. Do things that civilians do. Not take their job seriously. Because if you're going to be in a position of leadership, I need you to be 100% committed. Right? Me, I'm a basketball coach and I do independent studies to teach my people. I am 100% committed to that. There is nothing in between my time that I do that is not involving one or two. Now, does that mean that you don't take a mental health break? Yes, at some point. But is every day a mental health break? When you have a position of that, think God sleeps? You think Moses could sleep? You think Yeshua could sleep? You think Queen Makita could sleep? King Solomon could sleep? When I say sleep, I don't mean they couldn't go to sleep, but I mean, come on. Think when they was up, they was just able to just do whatever? Or was they having to think about saving the world? That should be your job. If I put you in this highest position of this nation, you need to be committed to saving the world. Not just your country, the world. And the way that you help save the country or the world, is by helping save your people. Donald Trump represents you. He don't represent a damn thing that I stand for. Not a damn thing. Not even in business, because he don't handle business the way that I conduct business. He don't talk to people the way I talk to people. Regardless if they black, brown, whatever. I ain't never talking about nobody eating no cats and no damn dogs. Alright? China man, go eat. I don't give a damn what the people eat. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all eat some strange stuff all over the damn world that I wouldn't eat. Because I practice a plant-based nutrition. But you don't see me talking about y'all eating pigs. Actually, I do. Because that's an abomination. You filthy cockroach eater. To speak of you, I don't even have my book in here. To speak of the food, oh, actually I do. You filthy cockroach eaters, right? Foods, forbidden. Forbidden foods of the word. Forbidden. Forbidden foods. Alright? Swine of their flesh ye shall not eat, and their carcass ye shall not touch. Foods, right? But y'all out here eating of the fish and eating of this and eating of the cockroaches of the sea. But y'all want to sit here and talk to somebody like y'all so righteous. Just stop it. So, the European woman, don't stand up. Get off of your knees. Please, get off of your knees. You praise the white man. I know. I've heard, I read in the Iceman Inheritance by Michael Bradley, how you guys praise the white man and how the white man uses you as a sex slave and violated you and violated each other. Europe was full of chaos. And then they said that the natives and aboriginals of the world were savages. The only savage was those there in Europe. And a couple savages in Arabia, the Middle Eastern, and all those places that you guys call the Middle Eastern that was inhabited of, a diversity of people. And I don't know where those Arab looking people came from. I don't know where they came from. So once I get their origin story, I will be getting on that. And I believe that they came from probably an amalgamation of the Euros and the Asias. So, last point. You guys have to do your own research, please. Because if everybody knows the same thing, then we really know nothing. Because so much history was been suppressed. Right? That means some of the information that you get comes within those downloads. Right? God will take you if you believe. African spirituality, I'm going to say all of that again. African spirituality, all of that. Once you start to learn the stories of certain entities, you say, this person sounds like this person. This person sounds like this person. Because one thing that they're not doing is using their names. How do names have a translation? If my mom named me something, please don't, when I go to your country, translate my name. Where did that translation even come from? And that's what they had a habit of doing, translating and changing history. So, find your truth. Stop following others. Right? Stop being an idol worshiper. We need more leaders in this world. We need more leaders in this country. Right? Not on the block. If you're on the block, you preach it to the block. You uplifting your community, not destroying it. Like, you got to do better. So, I think that's it. And if you know, they say, you're going to need me before I need you. You destroyers of this world. You came out of your Caucasus Mountains and you just been a terrorist ever since. But know this, like Jane Elliott said, you're going to need me before I need you.
Yet they do. I cannot understand Why black people who have been subjected to the ugliness that they've been subjected to in this country can get up every morning and go to work among us and not be absolutely furious. And I don't understand why we allow white people to behave the way they do. I don't understand that. And my third graders, after they've gone through the exercise,
ultimately, you're going to need me. How about that? Now, I like to leave you guys with some cards. We're going to go 5 cards from the deck. And I'm going to just pick one. Let's see, I'm going to pick them right there. 2. Okay. Let's go. 3. Okay. 4. 5. Come on, guys. Let these cards be hitting. Let these cards be hitting for the people. What we got here? Ooh. We got Cheddar Man. Alright. Cheddar Man, discovered in the Gold Cave in Cheddar, George, Somerset, England in 1903. Cheddar Man is Great Britain's oldest human skeleton. Great Britain. Though originally thought to be fair-skinned, DNA testing has shown Cheddar Man had blue eyes, very dark skin, and wavy hair. Because he lived in the Stone Age, Cheddar Man was part of the hunter-gatherer group who migrated from Africa several thousand years ago. Though little is known about Cheddar Man himself, we do know he ate a good diet but died a violent death in his 20s. The discovery of DNA testing Cheddar Man are important because it challenges what most people think about ancient people in European countries. Cheddar Man. Right? We know that our people came from long, wide, high, and through all valleys. Alright? Okay, some of my favorite people right here, as we know by now, the Coasians, not the Coasians. Let me get it together because I got it down now, right? The Khoisan people. Woo! Gotta get the pronunciations, y'all. I was putting them together. All right. Click languages. Originally classified by Joseph Greenberg, Khoisan languages is a group of African languages. These languages are often used with click consonants. It is a feature that is usually unique to this group of languages. So I heard the more clicks. What did I hear? The more clicks means the old, like how old you are. I don't actually remember, but I think it has something to do with how old your tribe is. And I think the Sans people have 5 clicks, so it's saying that they are that's how I guess they part of how they got that they're the oldest people. And so, growing up, people be, or you from Africa, that is freaking ignorant. Because I've also heard something about the clicks actually unlocks something in your chakras. It gives you a higher sense of spirituality, etc. So stop talking about people that you don't like. That's why I say when it comes to ignorance and repeating what people say and doing what people do, like I understand we all have to evolve, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to speak, right? To enlighten, to educate, so that we can get rid of the stereotypes that we have placed upon each other to degrade each other. Oh, you dark. Oh, you dark. Oh, you dark. Yeah, I'm heavily melanated. Right? God bless. Right? Jah bless. Yah bless. this melanated body. Richly melanated. When you see somebody black, you should be like, wow. You should be looking at the person like, wow. That's like gold. You are radiating. Oh my gosh. I'm so blessed to be in your presence. Instead, you're like, no, you assimilate to Europeanism. No, blue eyes. I want my baby to have good hair. What is good hair, fool? The hair that looks like it's dying? Or the hair that when you take it out is the ethers is glowing. Your antennas is standing up. You getting every signal, every message from across the world and beyond. From the creator and creatress themselves. You want that hair or you want the hair that's just ready to fall out? And some of y'all hair do be falling out because it's so damn thin, like them people that y'all want y'all hair to be like. Anyways, this language is one of the smaller languages in Africa and is often used with Southern Africans' original inhabitants. Believed to be one of the most ancient languages in the world, as that's what it is. The more clicks, the more ancient, the older your language is. Khoisan people have been around over 60,000 years, which has to be longer than that. The most widespread Khoisan is the Khoikhoi or Nama of Namibia, with 250,000 speakers. Love my Khoisan people. Shout out to y'all. Hopefully I get to visit y'all one day and we can chop it up. And we can, And I know what the people did to y'all. Hopefully I'm not part of them people. But if I am, sorry. Earliest known surgery. Conducted in Egypt about 2300 BCE. There were 3 levels of injury in ancient Egypt. They were treatable, contestable, and untreatable. During this time, ancient Egypt surgeons were able to perform brain surgery successfully. The tomb of Kar was a doctor during the 6th century, held the earliest known surgical tools. Some surgical tools used were knives, pincers, scales, spoons, drills, saws, and a vase with burning incense. Artificial toes and eyeballs were often used for decorative purposes. That's why they be putting the stuff in the jar now. Songhai Empire. Oh, that's not that good. Songhai. All right. I don't even know where that's at. I don't even know if I said that right. Considered one of the largest and greatest empires to rule during the pre-colonial period and also the last empire of this period. The empire stretched from what is now central Niger and northwest Nigeria to the Atlantic Ocean, with its peak time stretching over 1,000 miles. The capital of the empire was Gao, which was founded around 800 CE. Askia Muhammad was the ruler of the empire in the late 1400s when it was at its peak. Culturally, the empire was ruled by West African traditions and Islamic religion, which also ruled the empire's law. One of the most important cities in the empire for trade was Timbuktu. All right, that's your 5. So, today's mission was to first let you know my stance on the government. I think that we need to govern ourselves. All right. I think that we need to stop relying on a system that is here to protect the whole. Right? You're looking for somebody to protect you. You can only protect you. Stop looking at these people like they're going to protect you. Their job is not to protect you. Their job is to protect the country. You happen to be an inhabitant of the country. But you're not going to be... 2, the government was the origin of the government. So if you're looking for the government to protect you, you have to understand the origin of the government. So if you're looking for a European descendant of a probably colonizer, somebody who, if they're not a colonizer, they benefited from colonialism, to protect you individually as a melanated, copper-colored Aboriginal, you're fooling yourself. You must govern yourself. 3, do we want mass unity from our colored communities? My Hispanics, my Indians. When I say Indians, I mean India. Right? My Asian, some of my Asian populations. Right? Whatever you define as colored, minority, right? The ones that are not assimilated to Europeanism. If you want that unity, please let me know so that I can know that if I am put in these positions, I will defend you like I would defend, or I will defend your people like I will defend my people. Right? But know that there's some reciprocity that's going to be needed. Right? Lastly, we're not here to play no more games. We're not playing no more. I don't know what y'all think this is. Like kumbaya, keep running over us, keep running over our backs. Right? Keep stepping on our backs. Not happening no more. For those of my people who it is still happening for, get off of your knees. Get off of your knees! Please! Get off of your knees. Get up, come up from air, because you're gagging. So like, get up off of your knees. Like when Harriet Tubman said, be free or die.
We cross. I can't swim. Me neither. Robert, carry the baby. Isaac, help Miss Lucy. Junior, help Jane.
This fool trying to drown us. Lita, you done gone full crazy. We got an old woman and a baby with us. Oh, we ain't going in that river. Come on, y'all.
I say we off. Now you be free or die.
I ain't leave my wife and my family to drown like no rat. You want to shoot me? Go ahead. Is she drown? Who gonna lead us?
She the only one know the way to Freedom Land. I want to see Freedom Land before I die.
I'll lead you to the bridge. Follow me. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Rivers of living water.
Free or die. I'm not playing with y'all no more. I'm not playing with y'all no more. Why are y'all playing with yourselves? Get off of your knees. Get off of your knees. Anywho, that's all I have to say to y'all. To my people who is already feeling the message and already on their mission. Shout out to y'all. Make sure that you preaching that message though to your people. Even if you're not doing it on a platform, preach it to your people. Record them Malcolm X interviews. Go record anything. Put them on your platforms. Build those platforms. We tired of seeing y'all and your selfies. Go build a platform and post the stuff that matters to uplift the people. That's our mission. And this upcoming year, it's a shift. And I'm telling you right now that all of your missions is to save your people. Save yourself. Uplift yourself. Rise up out of negativity. I love you all, even the ones that's driving me insane. I love y'all. My passion comes from the love. My anger comes from the love. My love comes from the love. So, peace to you all.